Welcome back, everybody, to more WPC Dota 2 action. I'm God, streaming is K-Pop-tosis. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been some good, got a good night of Dota going on. So
It's good night Dota every night of this month. We have actually.
It's been a good month of Dota, and we've got another 2 months coming of good Dota.
I was on like the BTS, like just perusing through some stats. And I was like, hey, look, we broadcast every day of the month. The least hours of broadcast we've done on any given day this month has been 11 hours. That's how low. Every day there's been at least 11 hours of content on the BTS stream. With that said, that does include rebroadcast, but hey.
I think I was looking back to the last day we didn't have any content was like the 18th of last month. It was like the last day we didn't have a day of content. Doing work. The American dream, dude.
Them esports dollars.
Yeah. Kind of.
Kind of.
Disable ad block. Come on.
Subscribe to BTS.
Whitelist us. We promise it'll be good.
We've got our next game in the series. It's a best of 3 Newbee. It's a single in bracket. It is
single in, which I love.
Yeah, it's such a good format. I've had enough double limb tournament. That's the one. Like all the LAN events coming up. I'm actually excited for ESL 1 just because it's single limb. Yep. ESL like their single limb, and I love them for that.
Traditional sports are done double limb. Like
yeah.
The problem is
except like I don't know, ping pong or something. There's a few random sports that do double limb.
Those games are over and done with. Like with every
crappy
minutes.
Sports.
Crappy sports. And so,
speaking of good sports, the French Open's begun. I don't think you're a tennis fan.
No, I'm not.
Unfortunately, my boy Layden Hewitt lost in the first round, but look, he's like 42 now, so he's still playing tennis.
I don't know who that is.
He's like the Australian tennis god. I won't know he's not the Australian tennis god, but he's
cool.
He's a good Australian tennis player.
All right. Do you want me to start talking about baseball?
How did your cousin do? He was pitching yesterday.
He's my brother-in-law.
I don't know why I said cousin.
He has yet to get a decision, but he's got an ERA of like 2.54, which is good. It's a very good ERA.
So he gave a few earned runs.
He's given up his last outing. He gave up 3 earned runs.
Okay, because he had 0-1 and then a 3. Okay.
3.
All right, not bad.
He's doing well. Considering he's a rookie, it's very good.
Okay.
But let's talk about Dota.
Look, man, your brother-in-law pitching is
it's a big deal,
related.
but I don't think.
Hey man, there are Twitch chat people out there who care just as much about that. They can see the draft. We'll talk draft. Okay, so Wisp gets picked up for DT. They don't go Tiny though. They had the option to go Wisp plus Tiny, but they choose not to.
I like the commitment to the Wisp. I honestly feel like there's a lot of talk about Air, but I think Super's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
On this team,
yeah,
yeah, I think Air is very overrated because of how well he played Brewmaster in a couple of games. And even if you look at the qualifiers, his Brewmaster was still one of the best Brewmasters out there, but it still wasn't winning games because, end of the day, you're still a Brewmaster. Right. It's not like a... There's no one hero in the game which, like, you pick your best player, his best hero, you're going to win the game with. Like, that just doesn't happen. Dota's too much of a team game.
Yeah. The only case that could be made for that was maybe when Liquid in the American qualifiers and EG when their certain streaks would just, like, pick Shadow Fiend and win the game because Shadow Fiend... because the other team couldn't stop it. I think those are some of the only examples I know of just one player carrying, but at the end of the day, he's carrying because his supporting cast is able to keep him alive. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like, maybe one hero can kind of be like, oh, we're going to pick this hero, and he's going to do well enough on it for us to win no matter what. That kind of happens, but if your supporting cast doesn't allow you to not die early, that can't even happen. So you're right. As much as emphasis as we like to put on certain high-skill players, they would still be nothing without a good supporting cast.
A very early DK pick for Dreamtime, which is interesting.
I'm okay with it.
I like DK.
DK doesn't... I mean, it gives away your lanes, but it doesn't really give away your strategy.
It's like not a hero you can just, like... I mean, it wasn't... I was talking with Fog, and it was like, well, like, no, DK doesn't really lose mid to any heroes. He does get out CS and struggles against, like, a Viper or a Razor, but end of the day, then you pick a Viper or a Razor, and those are heroes you have to draft around. DK fits into any draft you want to do.
Yeah, I feel like first round picks kind of fall into 2 categories. They're either that OP hero that got through the ban phase, so we're gonna pick it up, like your Bat Riders, your Invokers. Well, I don't think Invoker's necessarily OP, but he's banned in most games. Wisp in certain scenes, Doom in certain scenes, or the other style of first round picks are heroes that are insanely versatile or don't give away a lot, or are heroes that just aren't going to lose the game.
Okay.
Like, you're not really going to lose the game because of a Dragon Knight pick. The same is said for a Wisp pick. Same as said for an Ancient Apparition pick, a Mirana pick. Well, Mirana's a hero that I think is broken, and if he gets through, you should be in there. Which the fact that she hasn't been picked up, like, I don't understand this lack of Mirana picking up in the Chinese scene as like a dual core. Because I think that's where she runs the best, is either a 1 with a lot of cores behind her as or like a dual lane hero in the off lane. She's so good at that. But yeah, this is heroes that just aren't either going to give away your strategy, aren't going to lose you the game, or are so broken you have to pick them up immediately.
Yep.
The Bounty Hunter pickup. This is the first interesting pick.
Wow.
Draft.
I'm not a big fan of the Treant here because, I mean, I've just been talking to Fogged and Fear like the entire qualifiers, and like Treant's a ridiculously good hero, but you have to play aggressive, you have to get lots of kills, and with Wisp on your team, I feel like it's mediocre.
Yeah, because when you want to play aggressive with Treant is in like the first 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
He's good later. He can be aggressive later, but that's really where he shines.
Lead seed level 1, quote-unquote OP. Ridiculously good. Combine that with your 85 base damage, and you're just like getting kills left, right, and center. But
Treant's okay against AA. Not for like it doesn't heal you, but it does block frostbite damage at the end of the day. Okay. So if someone's about to shatter, throwing on a living armor to them can be the difference between life and death. So that's okay. I've seen some clutch Treant Protector saves on heroes that were about to shatter.
Okay.
But besides that, yeah, I don't see where he fits into the draft that well. I really do not like this Bounty Hunter pickup.
You're pulling out the big spoilers. More on the Chinese stream. Not in mine. Look, I'm okay with it. Twitch chat pretends to be mad, but I don't think they mind either.
What spoilers? Oh, we're showing one instead of the other.
Well, we're showing the Chinese stream, so it has like a 15-second delay.
Oh, I didn't know we weren't watching our stream at all.
I mean, I'm a bit late. I could switch back and forth a bit. But
sorry.
Our draft overlay's nowhere near as pretty as your draft overlay downstairs.
I thought you were swapping back and forth like I was the other night.
This is
You're
boring.
right. You should just stay on the other one.
Yeah.
But no, I don't like this.
We can't act excited when we see picks now. It's like, oh, they just picked a Clockwork. I didn't see that. We knew it 15 seconds ago.
Yeah, I do not like this Bounty Hunter pick. I think one of the only situations in which I actually like Bounty Hunter is when the other hero is going to go for a jungler, and instead of having to invade and put all these wards down early and risking showing your lanes, you instead just send the Bounty Hunter, he gets a couple levels in lane, and then just goes and harasses the enemy jungler until he just like runs away crying. I like that Bounty Hunter. I don't think he works in this lineup. And
I'm wondering what the plan is for the hero to combine with the Wisp.
What does he give? Like, are you going to fight early with this lineup?
It's a terrible
maybe with a TA,
lineup.
But like...
Oh, they're actually doing DK's safe lane, I think. When they insta-pick Wisp DK, I think their plan is to do an XDD safe lane farming DK.
A lot of just like IO DK ganks?
I don't like farming DK. With Wisp, it's a little bit better. I remember back, VP used to do their farming DK, and Illidan would like skip Breathe Fire, and it was the worst DK build I've ever seen.
Don't talk to me about Illidan, dude.
Look, man, Illidan almost just won TI Europe qualifiers. Almost.
You mean Arsart almost won?
Yeah, it's true. Arsart was so clutch, man. That guy came up big. But that's neither. I guess neither here nor there.
No. I really dislike the Treant pick if this is their idea they're trying to run. Yeah, this is a 15-minute fight lineup, right? TA peeks out really well about that point and can start doing damage, like right after she gets a Blink Dagger or she starts getting like her Yasha drum. DK does the same. He can fight early, he can push early if he needs to as well. Bounty Hunter, you want to be getting kills because otherwise the hero is useless. If you're not getting track gold, this hero is garbage. Yep. Because he can't carry. He's considered a semi-carry, but it doesn't do damage, really. Like, he gets a Janata hit and then runs away. And Wisp is going to help with that. Like, Wisp is going to mean a lot of relocate ganks. But relocate and track doesn't, like, they're always going to have to go where the Bounty Hunter is. And Treant is not a hero that's A, very mobile, or B, gives a lot to like a global ganking strategy. So I don't see how it fits. I guess it's just
I don't like the Treant or Bounty Hunter. I feel like either could be fine if you had a different other hero. Like,
yeah.
I mean, in some ways Treant helps the Bounty Hunter stay alive in the offlane, but like normally you're looking at Treant with an OD or an SF as your mid hero. Bounty's gonna walk in and scout out a lot here.
Maybe they'll prove us wrong. I think this Viper pick is very strong because they realize that Dreamtime, if they don't fight well in the mid game, the game's over. Ooh. So they get one of the better mid game fighters in the game. Is in July.
Yeah, they saw him with it. They saw him use that second Shadow Walk, but they haven't got this. No point wasting a Sentry Ward. You want to save that for dewarding.
Yeah. I guess the idea is, when did the Sand King get picked? Was he?
He was not. Oh, for Newbee?
Yeah.
It was second pick stage.
So maybe that was the idea, is that they're just going to try to counter the Sand King jungle with the Bounty Hunter.
Maybe.
But it's not... Sand King doesn't rely on the jungle enough for that to be a counter pick, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, if the other team's running Chin, and you run a Bounty Hunter to fuck with the Chin, then yeah, that works. But Sand King, he's a lot less reliant on the jungle than Chin.
Oh, Trent's chilling on this hill.
Chilling on the double wards.
He does not know it's warded as well, because his ward was placed afterwards.
Angela even is... Oh, wow, they're going for this early gank mid, and...
I like the idea of ganking Viper level 1. That level 1 corrosive skin, man. That movement speed slow.
That was...
That's a 4-man gank.
Is Dreamy, you gonna die here?
You betcha. Oh!
Oh, just barely. Oh my god, that was not good.
That was ugly.
That was not good.
That's Clockwork doing well top lane.
Yeah. Clockwork actually...
July will try and rotate, but he's going to walk
absolutely destroys Dragon Knight 1v1.
Yeah.
All he has to do is throw down cogs on cooldown.
In July's already lost his offlane. He's got no HP. He's only got 2 Tengos, which is not enough when you're down to 100 HP.
You can't even show. You can't Janata, because if he Janatas and shows him, oh, I don't even know if he has Janata skill. No, he doesn't. Like he can't do anything. All he can do is sit here and gain experience.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
I haven't seen a good bounty hunter pick in a long time.
Speaking of, picking of picks, I know a lot of people aren't big fans of Viper, but Newbee uses this hero better than anyone. I think Newbee just know when to pick this hero and how to play how to use him.
I think it was either Fogged or Fear. No, it was Fogged. Oh no, it was Ben. It was Merlini who said that. It's a good pick, but it's not a show your hand draft in the first pick stage pick. It's a, I know what the other team is going to do, so I'm going to counter it with a 4th or 5th pick Viper. Yeah. And that's what they did. They know Dreamtime is 100% reliant on this mid-game fighting, and who's better at mid-game fighting than Viper?
Yeah. Yeah. So. Those are really disgusting game, but Newbee picked Viper, Bristleback, and Doom as their 3 core heroes.
I saw
like
that game.
The 3 tankiest, most disgustingly hard to kill core heroes, and it was just like the perfect draft.
It's almost as disgusting as 6.78 Weaver OD Treant.
Treant, yeah.
That was disgusting. Oh. And Zhao Eight's just going to be able to cogs. And
he doesn't even need the cogs.
So
Maybe one. Yeah, okay.
He doesn't even want to waste the mana.
Boots Treant. This is the thing. You go Boots Treant when you get aggressive. Well, that doesn't really. I mean, Whisk can give him some extra movement speed, but it's not really enough.
No, it's not.
Oh, and now the rotation mid lane. This is possibly going to be a first blood. As out of mana, he's got Courier coming soon. He's only just afforded. He's got a really late bottle.
Yeah, he's dead. No refraction charges.
He has bought his bottle at least, but that means he's got no money for a TP. He'll have to ask for a TP.
And that's
with a poison twist.
GG. Yep. Go next.
GG, go next. No. I don't think it's that. It's that close and shut, but Dreamtime, once again, I think they have the right idea, and when you're facing teams like Newbee and these teams that are more experienced, are arguably just like better than you in a lot of ways, you don't want to try to outgreed them because you'll lose. And so they're trying to go for these early game aggressive lineups, which I like, and some kind of unconventional picks, the Bounty Hunter, the Dragon Knight safe lane, but their execution just can't really stack up to the Zhao 8 captained team of Newbee. So
it's good to see them playing this well, because they definitely did not play up to their potential when they first formed. There was a lot of sloppy play, and they also I don't even think it was just the play. The drafting and the strategy wasn't there as well. It
just takes teams a while sometimes. I mean, we saw that with DK when they first formed.
Well, even going back to LGD where Zhao 8 used to captain, they had some really good periods where they just win on their strategy and Zhao 8 leading them and just the team as a whole. But then they had periods where it looked like they didn't know what to draft and pick. And Zhao 8's not. I think he's one of the best captains in China, but he's not like a. Like he has periods where he's not quite sure how to pick and play.
I think and Newbee's personnel just really excels at this type of meta. Just the multi-core, fight early, really rely on your team's individual execution in team fights. And I think that's something that Newbee does better than just about any other team.
Yeah. Well, as things start here, Viper crushing the mid lane and Morphling top of the CS by a big margin.
Oh, Joey's going to find super. He's got a DD rune.
Oh, dear. Oh, he gets the tether out.
Yeah, the tether's going to be enough, but
living armor there as well.
Okay.
But this Viper boots Aquila Hedris already. This is looking like... I mean, you normally get like your 8-minute mech on Viper, but this is like 8-minute mech with an Aquila as well. So, Air can't do anything mid lane, really.
Aquila is so disgusting on Viper now.
On any... a lot of heroes.
18... It's 18 damage. It gives you
The
9 agility, 9 damage.
And normally we see these Vipers go for max corrosive skin. He's going max Viper Strike, and his killing power is just crazy.
He's dead.
I like the adjustment from Moo. Every time I've seen Vipers played recently, it's been max corrosive skin by either level 7 or level 8, and he's gone for 3 points in poison attack just to win this lane.
Yeah, because he gets the TA. Like, that's what you need against the TA. Like, the TA isn't going to be... She'll be harassing you occasionally, but with the side blades, but, like...
We saw this, whether it's level 1 or level 3, you still have the same amount of damage procs to break through refraction, but, like, yeah, you've got so much more killing power. And TA's lost his lane, hardcore.
It's gone. It was just a very good.
Even with living armor, that's. I mean, I guess it's like level. It's only level. Living armor at early levels is actually pretty weak nowadays.
It really is. And at the end of the day, like it's got 5 damage instances, and Viper is just able to melt it away, even with the refraction plus the living armor. The Viper's still with it, and he's got Viper Strike now, so it's just a matter of time. And we see some engagement on Banana.
Yeah, he walked into a smoke gank, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If that's anyone except Banana, they live. Like Sanking has Bio Strike, Sandstorm to escape. Viper's tanky, Morphling, and Clockwork are both tanky and have escapes. But unfortunately for Newbee, it's the one hero who can die, but it's also the hero that you don't really care.
Go on Lee here again, but he's just gonna pop the Sandstorm. They have, they have a Sentry.
He'll walk out of that one. He's got Bio Strike available, but. Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is a good trade.
That's a value Sentry, though. They get the D ward.
Yeah,
it's a fresh ward as well. They
got that range. It's right on the radius.
That was some luck.
But at the end of the day, I think Newbee likes that trade because Hal spends a minute and a half free farming bot. They lose Banana, who's not like if he dies early, it's really not that big of a deal. They don't have track gold, so they didn't get a track kill. So.
Yep.
I feel like that's an even trade. They committed 3 heroes in a smoke to ganking on an Ancient Apparition who really isn't that important of a kill early.
No. House is spending this game practicing his last hittings. 48 last hits, 40 denies. Especially with this new patch where denies don't even matter that much.
No. I think it's a mark of maturity for a lot of teams when you see them go for smoke ganks and only focus on high priority kills. Because I mean, sure the Ancient Apparition walked into it, but sometimes you just want to don't worry about that. Like, don't even try to kill the AA. You got to kill the Morphling or it's not worth it.
Yeah, you can't. I think there's two sides. You have to smoke gank heroes you can actually kill though. You're smoke ganking Morphling. There's no way you kill him.
But what does
Wisp plus Treant? They could have taken 4 heroes to gank Morphling and Morphling lives. Like they haven't got good lockdown. They haven't got silence. I think it's not as like, oh, you've got to gank high priority. You've got to gank heroes that you can actually gank. End of the day, you've got to get a kill.
That's true, but what does committing 3 heroes in a smoke gank to killing an Ancient Apparition who's level 3 or even give you?
I don't think it's much, but I think it's like one of those things where it's like, what else is this Wisp plus Drink going to do?
That's true.
There's going to be a stun on Jiao Wei top lane, but here comes your Sanking. Jiao Wei low, but he
got the Burrow Strike.
Wow, super in trouble here. Leech Seed going to help heal him up a little bit here, and Super, one more right click. Banana gets the kill with some Tilling Touch damage. Jiao Wei, he's got a hook shot.
Oh.
Jiao Wei, please. He's still alive though, and here comes Moo with a Viper Strike as well as a newly purchased mech.
Dreamtime is smart about backing off and not going after that. Yep. They would have definitely died to the Viper there.
Insta-mechs everyone and says, look, we can maybe consider pushing this tower. They haven't got Arcane Boots or anything, but don't think it matters. So
and how's going to go on super bottom? No, not enough damage.
Okay.
Just waveformed in. He was like, oh,
easy.
That's cute. You're close to the tower. I'll waveform you down, and if you stick around, I will kill you.
Yep. So, in July, going to scout the Clockwork top lane. They know there's a lot of heroes top, but end of the day, there's a Viper with a mech. Mech's on cooldown for 10 seconds, but that's easy for a Newbee to keep continuing this push. DT just have such a bad fighting lineup. And Viper now, Dust on In July. In July's done for. Viper's on XDD. They actually ignore In July for a little bit here. They need to chase him past the tower here. This Dust is going to wear off soon enough, but they're happy with just the 1 kill on the DK. Bounty will be left alone. And now they work on this tower. This is going to be tough for DT. They haven't got a good defending lineup.
Still not
on
the bounty.
That's bounty. Okay.
It's really unfortunate.
I mean, 9 minutes in, I guess. Not as. I mean, you'd hope he's level 6, but
it's just with all this fighting they're trying to do, they really need track for it. Because it's kind of in vain if they go for these ganks and get even trades and waste money to kill supports and. It just feels like, I mean, Dreamtime is going to be fighting an uphill battle against a team of the quality of Newbee, but it feels like they're playing into fighting an uphill battle. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. And the Soul Ring on XDD.
I don't like this. You've got a Wisp. Wisp is your mana pool. Going solo when you have a Wisp on your team is just weird.
850 gold.
He was solo for some time. Like, Wisp has been leaving him alone for a lot of this. But I don't know why you picked the DK to safe lane solo him as well. Like, I feel like the DK safe lane farm is a weird choice.
800 gold. I thought it was 850. I guess.
I mean, as far as doing like early game and strats to beat a team that's better than you, I don't think picking a safe lane DK is anything that does a whole lot.
No. I think they wanted to get a whole lot more out of. I don't know. I'm trying to rationalize Dreamtime here because I think
they're a good team.
They're a great team.
They knocked LGD out of WPC. Yeah.
I mean, they're outclassed by Newbee here, but who isn't this patch? So I'm trying to think through what their idea was with the safe lane Dragon Knight, and I feel like they really just they wanted to be able to fight early, and they wanted to be able to. I don't know. It's hard for me to come to a conclusion here.
Yep.
Because why not just put him mid? The Dragon Knight works a lot better against the Viper. I would have preferred seeing like a solo safe TA at this point, because running the TA into the Viper was just suicide. Like that is a matchup she never wins without a lot of help from supports.
Yeah. And this help from supports came the way of Newbee. They ganked TA, they crushed the TA even harder than TA would have been crushed 1v1. Right. So, DT in some trouble here. Viper going to TP top. It looks like they want to try and fight here. XCD could be in some trouble. He gets a stun out on the Sanking, but there's no escape for him. No chance of TP out. The Burrow Strike being held as long as possible. Now he knows there's no TP out. Viper gets the kill. That's a tower deny as well. DT are going for a trade mid lane, but Viper can quickly rotate back mid. He can walk mid and with a glyph. There's enough time. Wow. Hi, Ben. Fuck you, Ben. Hookshot mid lane. They're going to be brought down. How's actually showing up to the party now? Super and Dreamy you. Ben's trolling me.
Oh God
damn it, Ben.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
It's alright. At least I feel famous because I have M-God Merlini on my friends list.
Oh, okay.
Mandy Baby was like begging for it in the lobby earlier yesterday. He's like, Merlini, please add me to Steam friends. I'm blessed. But T1 mid tower now under siege. Moo. Gonna see a Burrow Strike on XCD with the Ice Blast. This is possibly gonna be a straightforward kill. Waveform forward from How, and they're not done. How wants some more. He's actually he's being forced to morph string. So tower's down and the damage is not done just yet. They've the track on Viper giving a lot of movement speed to DT, but Zhao waits on the chase. No hookshot for 10 seconds, but he's got the cogs on there. This will be enough to bring him down. Burrow Strike 4 from Sanking. That's ambitious here.
Oh, the 3-minute waveform hits on 3.
And Ninja Lies, he's done for. This is looking like we could be in for a quick game number 2.
They get a track kill,
it's a team wipe.
They lose 5.
Yeah. Alright. I'll make Ben happy. There we go. There you go, Merlini. Thank you, Commissioner Wu. I've now gone offline.
Congrats. So yeah, Newbie is just. I think I'm having trouble understanding exactly what Dreamtime wanted to do with this lineup, but I trust that it was a good idea, and they're just getting outclassed by Newbie's decision making and just general gameplay being better.
Yeah. How is Newbie so good?
God, please no.
That's my first one today. Normally
Normally
I'm doing like 2 to 3 per game.
I already made my ridiculous banana pun.
We haven't done any How ones though yet. I've met the quota.
Do we have
Twitch chat would be disappointed if I didn't.
Do we have a quota? Is that what this is?
Look, you gotta appeal to Twitch chat every now and then. DT, I don't think it's. I mean, this is a single limb. This is you're knocked out of WPC, which is a lot of money for these teams. This is DT's biggest tournament right now, considering they're not in TI.
This is something where they really wanted to show the fact that they were for real, right? They've had a lot of hype around them as a team. They knocked off some really good teams in LGD. I'm trying to think of the other team they knocked off in the qualifiers for WPC.
CIS, I guess. Well, that wasn't like directly they're doing. I mean, it is a big group stage, so only partly they're doing. We see Sank go down. Yeah. Moves on the chase here, and looks like Air's done for. Zhao waits to use hookshot already, so it's gonna be maybe just 1 kill here. Was it relocate out? Oh, super. He tried to get the relocate save off, but now he's just gonna die himself, most likely.
Yeah. So yeah, Dreamtime really wanted to show that they're the real deal, and unfortunately, subpar performance in the China qualifiers on top of this performance.
It's really kind of not devastating, but it's like they single-handedly knocked out LGD because that was the last match of the WPC group stage. Well, getting dived in the base there, where they beat LGD 2-0, and LGD as a result did not make it into the top 6, which was the only teams going to the main group stage.
Hal's just manning up,
and they knock out LGD just to have.
Is he gonna? Oh
wow!
My God!
Wow!
What a good ice blast!
But like they knock out LGD just to have such a disappointing playoffs run. Like they went 0-3 in the group stage, and here they are. I mean, I don't think this is as disappointing as the group stage. They were in the bottom group versus Alliance, IG, and Titan, and did not have a good showing at all. And that's it. Their run in WPC has come to an end.
They will call GG.
It's
disappointing, but at the end of the day, they needed to perform better in the group stage to not get matched up against Newbee. They didn't do that. They had to.
Newbee's just playing amazing right now.
Yeah, they needed to play out of their minds to beat Newbee, and they didn't do that either. So.
I mean, I think if you go back a couple months, people will be like, who's DT Club? Like, the fact they've gotten to a point where people can be disappointed by them speaks wonders to the fact that they have actually gotten on people's radar as a legitimate Chinese team and a contender in the Chinese scene. Even if they're not a Tier 1 contender, they're still a team people are now familiar with and have expectations of because of their play over the last month or so.
So I hope it's a team that sticks around. Obviously, they're kind of, I guess this is them. This is the last we'll see of Dreamtime until after the International, isn't it? Because they didn't qualify for that.
There's a few tournaments going on.
WPC.
There's
a
Red Bull ECL. I don't know if they're in that.
I don't know if they're in that.
I don't think they're in the playoffs for that, but there's also some other tournaments coming up. Which
there's still some ESL 1 Asia qualifiers going on, aren't there? I don't know if they're involved with that either.
That's only Vici Gaming and LGD.
They're the only teams left in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Red Bull ECL, maybe they'll be playing in. Look, end of the day, look, I think people are just getting disappointed by DT Club because of how well DT Club did and how impressed they were by DT Club. So to get to a point where you can disappoint people means you must have impressed people to begin with.
Yeah.
Or either impress people as a team or as individuals. Like, if you have, it's like VP when they had this star-studded roster and they kind of disappointed people. Like, with that said, they just currently blew everyone away with how well they did in TI qualifiers.
Dreamtime is unfortunately out of Red Bull ECL.
That's unfortunate, but Dreamtime, I think there's a few other Chinese tournaments coming up over the next month before TI still, which I assume they'll be a part of, so
don't disband.
I don't think
Stick together.
It's like it's basically the old Rising Stars. They've been around for a while now.
I liked the old Rising Stars team. I think that was a team
mostly
that
the same
was
team.
Not given a strong enough chance. They had a really good team. They had Siler, they had King J for some experience, they had Super, they had was it XCD? No, he wasn't on that team.
Oh, you mean the
Rising Stars team with Super on it.
Okay, yeah, the one pre-Siler though.
Yes, the pre-Siler one.
Yeah, that was that was Super, XDD, Air, was it not Kabu? I know who you mean though. Yeah. They were in the TI qualifiers last year and did really well. They finished 3rd place. They caused some upsets.
So
they finished either 3rd or 4th.
So even if they do some shuffling, I think these are good players, and we haven't seen the end of these players. I don't think.
No. I mean, Air's been around for as long as I can remember. Back in the Dota 1 days, that's the thing. People are like, oh, his Brewmaster's so good. I was like, this guy used to fiend Brewmaster in Dota 1. So.
Yeah.
But that does it. We've got Cloud9 versus IG coming up next. Single elim quarterfinals. Cloud9 have gone all the way to China. They don't want to just go 0-3 group stage and then get knocked out first round by IG. I think the group stage was just like, let's get comfortable. Let's try a few strats where it doesn't matter. But I think Cloud9 are going to show up to fucking play today.
I hope. And IG is a team they can take some games off of. Because IG is a team who, like Cloud9, is kind of, they're either on or they're off.
Yeah.
They've either gotten a draft they want and they execute it well and they look really good, and people like Gods and I are like, yeah, stop hating on Luo, and then the next game they don't do quite as well, and then we look bad for saying don't hate on Luo. So we'll see how those two teams do. They're both teams that are very streaky, but I have faith in Cloud9. I like the fact that they've tried some different things.
Yes.
And
I think I just think Cloud9 have that wildcard factor. Like, if I'm betting rares, I would say, if given even odds, I would bet Cloud9 just because I think they did not show their true Dota yesterday, whereas IG have been constantly playing and just playing okay some days and really bad the other days. Like, end of the day, Cloud9 have just traveled all the way from like Europe and America to China. They didn't go there to get knocked out after a day.
Yeah.
And sure, TI is coming up, and this is somewhat prep. It's not good prep for TI if you're getting knocked. If you're just playing 3 best of 1s and a best of 3 and knocked out of the tournament. That's terrible practice for TI. So, there's no hiding stretch. This is $250,000
no longer
prize pool.
Yeah.
Cloud9 are here to play. I think they're going to win this game, although it's going to be a really good series.
Also, if they had jet lag issues, those should be out of the window. We saw how good Cloud9 does once they go a day with jet lag and a day off at jet lag at MLG Columbus.
Just stay away from some of those clairvoyance spirit breaker strats. Like
just don't pick. There's
a
reason why he's only been picked twice this match.
They ruined his 100% win rate. Look, man, Spirit Breaker was 100%.
Talk to me about 100% win rates when the heroes played 2 games. There's a reason why I didn't use that stat in that game.
No.
It's not legitimate.
I was casting with Ben up here. We were talking about Spirit Breaker. He's like, let's check out if he's been picked or how he's done. He's like, 100% win rate. I'm like, good. We can stick it to the stats guys and prove how stats are meaningless. The worst hero in the game has 100% win rate.
In one game.
I know.
Low sample size.
Yeah. But guys, we've got, like I said, Cloud9 versus IG coming up. It's scheduled to start, I think, in like an hour, 15 minutes time. Sometimes WPC moves match early. Yeah. We don't really know. It could be in 30 minutes, could be in an hour. Yeah. Stick around on the Beyond the Summit stream. Watch some ads. Give us some esports dollars. See you soon.